Welcome everyone, Sir Heroscape here today, coming at you with a lot of announcements. Please stick around, listen, there's going to be a lot to cover. Obviously, it's been a couple-month hiatus. Appreciate your patience. Not going to get into the nitty-gritty of why, how, what, the other. Just know that I've been busy. Lots been going on in the community, and so there's a lot to cover, a lot to consolidate, and a lot to get to. So let's jump right in and stick around for the big reveal at the end. All right, first things first. I don't want to take all your time all night. I appreciate your guys' patience for the last 2 months of me not being here. Get you excited about what's going to be coming down the road. So, events. Events are everywhere. Ever since Age of Annihilation got announced, even though it's failed, we are keeping the community alive, and events are going on everywhere. From Louisville to Peoria to Wisconsin to Omaha to Ohio, Michigan. I think Florida, we've got Northern, Southern California, Washington, Oregon. I'm just spouting some off. I think we've got a few members in Arizona. I mean, Utah, can't forget Utah, Idaho. There's a lot of events going on, you guys. And so if you are interested, even remotely, in participating, please let me know. And I will see if I can find an area, hopefully within a 3 or 4 hour drive at most, that you can attend and participate in. Because we're going to be covering some events today. That's going to be some of the announcements, but specifically the smaller local tournaments near you are the ones that you can be the most involved in. So just wanted to give a shout out about that. In terms of specific main events, we have ScapeCon obviously coming on in August. The ticket is full. We've got full 72 attendees with like a 10-person wait list. But, who knows? That may change in the future with either different venues or finding a way to be more efficient with space. I'm not sure. So if you're interested or ever want to know if you can attend ScapeCon, throw yourself on that wait list anyway, which gives us a good head count for the interest, right? And so maybe in the future we can find ways to accommodate that. But in other news, a small way to accommodate that is a second convention has been announced, Hexacon, and that's in Louisville, Kentucky, and that's happening in April 19th through 23rd. I'm going to be there, so you should be there too. It's actually going to be a lot cheaper, $125 all buy-in, still 4 days of Heroscape events. It's a little bit smaller. I think the cap is 40 players instead of the 72 at ScapeCon, but it's in Louisville, Kentucky. The information is on Heroscapers. I'll have the links in the description. I'll have a bunch of links in the description for you guys to review this information on. But highly recommend it, and I think we should support that. I'm going to be out there for both ScapeCon and Hexacon. And so, again, suggest that you guys, check it out and get interested and see if you can make it happen. Another big announcement, C3V has come out with its new expansion. The Ingvild's Vision, the last pack has been released. So that concludes that wave of content, and so we'll be moving on to, I believe, wave 24 after this, which is exciting. But those 5 new heroes are now new and released and exciting. I want to take a moment to look at those so you guys can get excited too. On Heroscapers.com, Ingvild's Vision, Wave 23, you've got these different packs listed, but Pack 4 is Father Kalis, Ataraxis the Starlich, Meakor, Mellifera, and Caligrith. And let's continue reading. All right. So let's scroll down here. Father Kalis. The brutal Father Kalis leads the acolytes of Vorganund in their bloody, profane rituals. His staff is powered by wicked sorcery and saps the strength of the mighty. With this new darkness unleashed on Valhalla, Valkryl's demonic forces grow ever stronger. All right, so Father Kalis. First of all, I just love this card. Look at that. Look at that mini. He looks so cool. So life 4, move 5, 3, 55 points. So pretty standard stats there. He's a human cleric, a merciless cleric. Staff of Enfeeblement. Start the game with 1 Enfeeblement marker on this card. After moving before attacking, you may place your Enfeeblement marker on the army card of a unique hero within 4 clear sight spaces of Father Kalis. For the remainder of the round, that unique hero subtracts 1 from its move and attack values and cannot attack with any special attack. At the end of the round, return the Enfeeblement marker to this card. That is insane. Now, that is an extremely powerful ability. Imagine him enfeebling Nilfheim or Q9 or Q10. But it does have to be within 4 spaces, so he kind of has to get up close, and he is a little bit weak. But that ability has proven to be pretty nuts. Yeah, that's a fun one. Brutal Taskmaster. If there's a revealed order marker on Father Kalis, all clerics you control that start their turn within 4 clear sight spaces may add 2 to their move and add 1 to their attack. This power does not affect Father Kalis, which is pretty nice. It makes sense, because it allows him to take a turn to try and enfeeble something, or an early turn just to get him into position to do the enfeeblement. And then there's a bonus, obviously, to speed up the acolytes and give them extra attack if you do take that risk with his order marker. So that's a good expansion to the acolyte demonic faction. And there's some pictures there. All right, Ataraxis the Starlich. From a new world, Utgar has called forth a new evil, Ataraxis, a Starlich summoned from the distant planet Dire 3. Ataraxis has found her place on Valhalla, fighting alongside the Essenwines and their undead armies. Her terror enhancement field amplifies the fear of her enemies 100-fold, causing the defenses of even the most stalwart warrior to falter. And should she fall in battle, Ataraxis' consciousness can be transferred to a new host via nanobot technology, ensuring that the cycle of terror shall never truly end. So an undead, terrifying lady, a Starlich, life 3, move 5, range 5, attack 3, defense 4, 160 points. And 160 points is a steep price, but wait till you read these abilities. Necrotizing Wormhole. Before moving, you may choose a small or medium figure you control within 5 spaces of Ataraxis. Switch Ataraxis in the chosen figure. If the chosen figure is not undead, it receives 1 wound. Figures moved by Necrotizing Wormhole never take any leave in engagement attacks. So that's pretty nice. It allows her to blip in and out of bad engagements if she's in a tight spot, or just simply develop a little bit quicker, which is nice. Terror Enhancement Field. Simply opponent's figures roll 1 less T-Find dice against terrifying figures. She herself is a terrifying figure, as well as many of the undead, so that's pretty nice and synergistic. And then Nanobot Soul Cage. When Ataraxis is destroyed, you may remove all wound markers from this card and place Ataraxis on the card of any unique hero within 5 spaces. And notice it doesn't say you control, so any unique hero. For the entire game, if a unique hero with your Ataraxis on its card is destroyed by the normal special attack or a leave an engagement attack, immediately place Ataraxis on a space the destroyed figure occupied if possible. So in an all-heroes battle, she can perpetually remain alive forever, assuming that the figures are dying, but she can go on your figures or your opponent's figures, which, then she's coming back automatically anytime that thing dies. So that's pretty terrifying, I'll say that. And there she is with her undead legion. All right, Mayakor. Dire 3 is home to many creatures from many planets, but some adventurers feel unwelcome even among that diverse swath of galactic life. Many of them retreat to Dire Station, a satellite for vagrants and mercenaries to meet for business or mischief. Mayakor is one of the nobler fighters who frequented Dire Station, inspiring his fellow mercs to steadfastness as he bravely wields his plasma blade. So Mayakor is our first, one of our first lizard folk heroes. We've got a couple of them at this point, obviously through the VC, but he joins the ranks of the few, I guess you could say. He is the first mercenary that we've seen, so that's exciting, and he's got some very synergistic abilities. Obviously, being a lizard folk, which is nice, and so you've got lizard folk. Warcry. After revealing an order marker on Mayakor and taking a turn with Mayakor, if Mayakor is engaged, you may immediately take a turn with one other unique lizard folk hero you control. And we've got a couple of those, so again, that makes it pretty nice to synergize with. Life 5, move 5, range 1, attack 4, defense 3. So pretty solid stats there for 115 points. Mercenary defensive formation is only relevant for mercenaries. But yeah, basically just defense +1. And then Plasma Blade Arc, when he attacks an adjacent figure that is not a destructible object, you may choose one squad figure that is within 2 clear sight spaces of the defending figure. If the defending figure receives any wounds, the chosen figure receives 1 wound. So essentially it's cleave, but with a little bit of a ranged attack, which is really cool. So yeah, pretty solid melee figure. Obviously can bond with green scales, which makes him pretty fun. And there he is, facing down the iron golems in the background there. Pretty cool stuff. All right, now we're getting to my 2 favorite designs. Mellifera. As Utgar and Valkryl's forces continue to devastate the bucolic Valhallan countryside, Aquila has convinced Queen Mellifera of Bronglade to negotiate an uneasy truce with the Amber Hive's traditional enemies, the Red Queen of Onstrom and her legions of ant soldiers. With the bees and ants finally fighting together against a common enemy, the alliance has again valuable new members in the war for Valhalla. So here we go, Mellifera, our queen bee, to go with the Amber Hive protectors. Insect Queen Merciless, life 4, move 6, range 1, attack 3, defense 4, points 100. We've seen obviously flying and evasive 2. She just gives her +2 defense against non-adjacent attacks. And then Frenzied Swarm. After a common insect you control attacks a figure within 4 spaces of Mellifera with a normal or special attack, roll the 20-sided die. If you roll a 14 or higher, that common insect may attack again with a normal or special attack. So that is perpetual, right? You keep rolling 14 or higher, you get to keep attacking. Also notice that it says the figure within 4 spaces. There's no line of sight required. So it's kind of an aura or a pheromone type effect, right? Where the queen is within the vicinity and the insects get frenzied to go crazy. So really fun and cool design to synergize with the Amber Hive bees or the Amber Hive protectors specifically, but also with other insects. And there's a picture right there. All right, and Calagrith. The dragons of Icaria live in glorious habitats with splendor beyond what mortal men could dream. Ular turns to summon the Golden Queen Calagrith from her wooded abode, for even Ular knows that sometimes the best way to revitalize a forest is by setting it ablaze. Calagrith rains flame from above, not as a wanton destroyer, but as a jealous ruler, fiercely protective of the territory entrusted to her. I love this. Calagrith is easily one of my favorite designs. First off, the miniature is incredible. And then secondly, just the power is just really fun. So you've got life 8, move 7, range 1, attack 6, defense 3, 190 points. Obviously a dragon, vengeful queen, flying, and then the main special attack here, Scorched Earth special attack, range special attack 4. All figures Calagrith passed over this turn with her flying special power are affected by Scorched Earth special attack. Calagrith does not need line of sight to any affected figure. Roll 4 attack dice once for all figures. Each figure rolls defense dice separately, and no figures are considered to have height advantage. Figures under overhangs are not affected by Scorched Earth special attack. So, really cool. Just a really fun thematic ability that is incredible to play. So hope you guys can appreciate these designs, buy their minis, print their cards, and get them onto the table, because they were a lot of fun to design and play test, and I think they add a lot. Obviously, like every expansion does, they add a lot to our community, so get excited about that. All right, this is going to be the last announcement before my big announcement, is Heroscape.org. You guys, Heroscape.org is in the hands of the community. We have a community member, Chris Perkins, who purchased the rights to that URL. I don't know how he did it. Must be wizardry, but he got it. So Heroscape.org is in the hands of the community, and it's being used as a companion to all the things we do in Heroscape, right? Heroscapers.com has a wealth of knowledge and information, but it's got its place. Heroscape.org, its place is more, at least right now, tournament focused. A lot of the data, information, and setup is to help facilitate and manage tournaments, and also a way to kind of collect and house current events going on for admins to record and manage. So if you go on heroscape.org, you'll notice that there's sections for maps, tournaments, and army builders, right? The army builder is a huge amazing tool that's been built by Chris Perkins. It makes army building so much more easy and dynamic. It's kind of hard to flip through a book and figure out, hey, I want to make everything that's ferocious personality. Well, now you can, with a click of a button, search everything that's ferocious and make an army out of it, right? And so you can do some really cool army building with that tool. Highly recommend it. And now for the big announcement. I know you've sat around for the last 5 minutes or so, just taking in all the words that I've had to say. But again, like I said, these last 2 months have been a bit of a hiatus, but also a bit busy in personal life, as well as trying to figure out what to do with the YouTube channel. And so I do want to make sure that I let you know that I'm not going anywhere. The failure of Age of Annihilation had no impact on my commitment to the community. It was just trying to take a moment to recognize and realize what I wanted to do to keep the community active and alive. I want to make sure that the content that I was providing and the experiences I was providing for Heroscapers were positive, and that everyone felt like they could go to a place and enjoy Heroscape content. And not saying that that wasn't the case before. It's just that, after Age of Annihilation failed, I just felt like there was a lot of negativity. A lot of people just kind of felt like, now what? Heroscape's never coming back, blah, blah, blah. We've survived for 12 years. We'll keep surviving. So what, right? I mean, we move on. The community is ours now. It's been that way. In my own sense, there is a slight bit of relief that, we don't have overlords telling us what we can and can't do. That being said, let's move on. So the big announcement. I'm going to be running a Sir Heroscape Champion Circle League. That is going to be my effort to keep people involved and excited about prizes, which I intend to be a little bit higher stakes. So based off of what I think I want to do, I've got a couple base level things that I'm going to be doing to make this thing work. And then I've also attached in the description a survey that I'd really appreciate it if a lot of you, as many as possible, could provide your feedback on, to kind of help outline some additional parts of how I'm going to run this. For example, what I do know for a fact is that through the course of a year, I'm going to run multiple tournaments. Ideally, in my mind, I'm thinking, once a quarter. And those tournaments will act as qualifiers. Those qualifier tournaments will, at the end of this season of tournaments, will then determine those who will be invited into the championship, into the Champion Circle Championship. Essentially, what that's going to look like is the top 16 performers are going to be invited into a 16-player single elimination tournament, at the end of which the circle champion, or the champion circle, will be revealed, as it were. And so the idea behind this is that we can have regular tournaments as a community, essentially through my channel, right? I mean, obviously anyone is welcome, whether it's heroscapers.com, anywhere, anybody and anywhere is welcome. But I'm running it through my channel, right? I'm promoting it through my channel, through you guys. And so it's going to be, I think, a really fun way to keep you guys involved. It's going to be fun for me to make content off of it, because I'll be able to announce, winners and highlights and this, that, and the other. I plan on trying to live stream probably the semis and the finals. So it's more of an interactive thing. So this is something that I've been really thinking about hard for the past 2 months plus, ever since the failure of Age of Annihilation. And so I do want some feedback. Again, like I said, the survey is in the description. about a few different elements, specifically things like, prizes and entry fees, as well as just, a few other questions about just the formats and things like that. So, the first event, though, I do know for a fact will be in March. March 4th, 11 a.m. Is go time. So you can put that on your calendars. That's the first qualifier event. Regardless of what we decide for the rest of the year and how it's going to operate, you can put that first event on, so you have that in your books. The sign-ups will be operated through Heroscape.org. So please get familiarized with Heroscape.org. Get signed up and logged in. You do need to log in on Heroscape.org to participate in the tournaments. So the information of the tournament will be updated and posted there, and signups will be live this coming Saturday on February 4th, which should give us a full month to promote the event and to get you guys, any questions answered and any hiccups, smoothed out or whatever. So, yeah, I am super excited, you guys. Obviously, please ask questions in the comments. More details will follow. I just wanted to make sure that I announced it to you guys here to get you guys excited and get the hype going. Hopefully, again, you can put that on your calendar. There's going to be no limit to these tournaments. The tournaments themselves, if they get 50 to 100 people, however many, then we will run a 50 to 100 people tournament. I am excited. The qualifier events, that's essentially what they're going to be, is just as many people as possible. As far as all the different, format and details for this, Sir Heroscape's Champions Circle League, again, like I said, those will be forthcoming. I'm just nailing down some additional details, and we'll have everything, ready to rock and roll before March 4th. So that everyone is aware of what to expect. What I can say, though, is at the very minimum, I'm committing to a $50 grand prize for the winner. What comes after that is totally up to you guys. And, to my own discretion, maybe 1 month or 1 quarter, I'm feeling a little more generous and we up the ante. But I've committed to at least $50 grand prize for the tournament event. And then obviously, like I said, we can have more based off of how you guys feel. So, if we decide that entry fees are going to be something that you guys are interested in, 100% will be pooled towards, the prize pool. And we can break that out in a fair way, whether that's, to the top 2 performers, the top 4 performers, or however that may be. In addition, I'm hoping we can get sponsors, as well as donations from local, people, whether that's Heroscapers or online stores. I don't know, but that's something I think you guys can help with. So please contact me. Let me know what your thoughts are in terms of that information. Again, some of this is on the survey. But if you know of anyone or you yourself have skills that you're willing to donate or help sponsor these events, let me know, because I think the reason why this community has continued is because it's people willing to just essentially donate and provide their services to the community. And we've seen that time and time again from, Heroscape.org, for example, with Chris Perkins, to, a lot of other content creators that simply want to keep the game going. So I'm hoping you guys are willing to, donate and sponsor some of your own time and effort to the prize pool to make these events exciting and the stakes high, so people get excited and are invested and want to participate on a regular basis. But at the very least, if no one does anything, I'm A-okay with that. We'll keep it to $50 grand prize out of my pocket, and we'll go from there. So anyway, get excited about that. That is the big announcement, is Sir Heroscape's Champions League. Let me know what you guys think. Other updates will be forthcoming. I'll have some more battle videos coming out at least weekly, with additional, announcements as we, nail down more. So that is it. Hope you guys can soak that in, and let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time.